Hello everyone, welcome back to DevOps Codex, your go-to channel for mastering the DevOps, SRE, and platform engineering tools. In this, in the last episode, you install the Docker and run your first Docker container, and that was the very big win. But now it's time to level up. Today in episode 4, we will learn the most important Docker CLI command every engineer must know. So, how to pull and explore the Docker images, the real-time difference between image and containers, and we will run a real application and we will go inside that application or container and run some command manually. Stick around till the end of for a CLI challenge, and that will sharpen your skills. So let's kick off the things with some essential Docker commands. So this is my terminal, and the first command we will learn, that is the Docker version. So first of all, let's start Docker hyphen version. It will confirm like Docker is installed and working in your system, and to check the Docker version you can run this command. Okay, if you don't know about the Docker commands, so simply you can run Docker hyphen H. Yeah, you can see here this is the output. So these are the all commands that you can run one by one, and here is the description about the command. If you don't know about the command, if you are not able to recall the command, you can take the help from here and you can run more. So let's give me more example. Suppose Docker, I am going to run uh, stop hyphen h. So it will be give the uh, flag. Yeah, you can see here. So it will be show you what are the options. So Docker stop, and option is Docker container, and you can pass the container ID or some other uh, 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 container name. Those things you can pass, then it will be stop and run the command. If you are stuck in somewhere, you can run via this. So, and next command we are going to see to list the Docker images that is already in your on your system. So we can run Docker images command. Okay, you can see here these are the Docker images that is available. This is the tag and this is the image ID, and when it is created, this is the date, and what is the size of the Docker images you can see here. So this gives you a table view of the image name, tag, size, and more. Okay, so the next command is if you want to list out all the running containers. So what we can do, Docker ps. You can see here as of now I don't have any containers that is running, so that is why it is showing empty. If any container is running, you will get like Docker container ID image, and from which image that container is created, and command, what command is running when created, what is the status, ports, and name. All these details you can get. And if you want to see all the stop containers, so what you can see, hyphen a you have to put, and what it will do, it will give the whatever uh, containers we have that is in stop state. You can see here these are the containers we have that is in stop state. If you want to clean up these containers, how you can do the cleanup? So for that we have the command Docker, we have command Docker rm, and followed by the container ID or container name. Suppose I am going to remove this hello world Docker container. So you can see here, and we can check if this command successfully run. Yeah, I'm getting the output of 0, means it successfully run. Okay, and if I will see the Docker ps-a, only one hello world command is coming. This image container ID is different. Here container ID was different. Okay. I hope it is clear till now. Okay. And these commands help you to stay in control of what is running, what is in stop state, and taking up the disk space cleanup kind of things you can do via this. And in next section we are going to see how to pull the Docker images with the help of Docker pull command, and we will try to learn with we will try to run that image, and we will go inside that container with the help of any shell command. Okay, so let's understand what happened when you run the uh, Docker pull command. So let me show you Docker pull Alpine. I'm giving the name of image. So what it will do, it will be go to our Docker hub and pull the Docker image. That name is start with Alpine, and it will be download the latest version of it. Okay. Now if you will run Docker images, you can see here Alpine image is available. Okay. You can see here Alpine image, the tag is latest, this is the image ID, and this is the size. Okay. And uh, Alpine, let's talk about the Alpine image. Alpine is a super lightweight Linux distribution. Okay. And it's preferred for the testing, and so many people are using in their day-to-day uh, uh, life. Okay, for running their applications, because it is very lightweight and easily you can manage these kind of things. And it is open source, and the support is very good. Okay. And let's run this Alpine image interactively with a shell. So what we can do, we can run the command like docker run hyphen it. It in the sense it will be run as a interactive mode, and team is the terminal, and followed by the image name. And what cell we are going to use, we are going to use the sh cell. Okay, so I run it. It's taking time. Yeah, now it's up and running, and now I'm inside this container. If I will run the pwd, you can see here I am in root. Okay. And now we are inside a running container. And if you want to say uname hyphen a, you can see here this is the detail, and cat slash etc os release. You can see the name of the image, and id is this, version is this. Okay, these are the details. And if you want to exit from this, simply we can run the exit command, and we will come out from this container. So notice how smooth and fast that is, and that is the power of our container. And in next step, what we are going to do, um, we will uh, uh, let's clarify some core concept of Docker image and Docker container. So just think about it. First of all, let's think about the Docker image. So Docker image is nothing but it is kind of a blueprint. It is a read only snapshot. Okay, so it is the blueprint, and it is the read only uh, snapshot, and it is It is the layer by layer kind of things, layered. Okay, and it's contain all the layers and metadata required to run any kind of application. And the second one is the Docker image. Docker image is nothing but it is a live running instance of a image. It is a mutable, meaning you can make the changes inside it, and each container is isolated, has its own file system, and it's run its own processes. So if you think in real time example, how we can remember these things, an image is like a class in a programming language. Class is nothing but it is kind of a blueprint. Okay, and a container is like a object created from that class. So first of all, what we are doing, we are creating the Docker file, and with the help of Docker file, we are building the Docker image, and from the Docker image, we are creating the multiple object in the sense multiple Docker containers. Okay, and each Docker container is isolated. It's it has own file system, and it's run its own processes and applications. Okay. Mm, I hope it's clear. Okay, and let's go deeper and inspect what is inside the Docker image. So to inspect the metadata of a Docker image, what we can do, we can run a Docker command. Docker, what is the Docker command? Docker inspect the image name. I'm giving the image name Alpine. You can see here, this is the detail of our Docker image. So this gives a JSON output of a image detail from environment variable to entry point. You can see here, this is the JSON file. What is the working directory? What is the endpoint? What is the architecture it is using? What is the metadata and everything? What kind of networking it is using? So all the things you can see here, all the details when you inspect the Docker image, you can see. Okay, and next command I want to show you guys, like Docker logs. Okay, hyphen hyphen help. So suppose I don't know how we will complete this command. So I taken the help from the Docker. So Docker logs, and followed by we have to give the optional containers. Okay, container ID or container name, and you can tell via the string timestamp you can take. And let me show you Docker ps hyphen a. Okay, Docker logs, and let's see the log of Alpine image. Okay, sorry, typo mistake. Docker Docker logs. You can see here, this is the log. So this is the log of our Docker image. To monitor the containers in real time, what we can do, we have a Docker stat command. Okay, so Docker stats, you can see what is the container how much CPU it is consuming, what is the memory usage, limits, and everything. You can see with the help of Docker state command. This is very useful to keep an eye on memory, CPU, network usage, especially in production environment. We are running this command. Okay, so let's do something practical. We will pull uh, and run the real application. Let's run the NGINX. Let's pull the NGINX image and run the Docker NGINX container. Okay, so let me show you the GitHub repository. This is the GitHub Docker repository where all the images are getting stored. You can see here, if you want to search any kind of image, you can go and search it from here. This is the nginx, and these are the tags which is available. Okay, based on the tag, if you are not passing the tag, it will be take the latest version of your Docker image. You can see the command docker pull nginx. I'm copying this command and I'm going to run it. Control C, I'm going to cancel it out. Control V, you can see here it is going to pull the Docker Nginx image. Okay, and once it will be downloaded in local, we will run in it in detach mode via via passing the -d command, -d flag, and map to 8080 to 80 of the container. So it is downloading, it's taking time. Yeah, you can see here this is the size of our Docker image. Okay, let's see, show you Docker images. Yeah, now Nginx image got downloaded and the size of Nginx Docker image is 192 MB. Okay, and the tag is latest. So let's run it, and I'm going to run it in detach mode. For running your Docker container in detach mode, we have to pass the flag -d, and I'm going to map the port 8080 to 80, and this is our image name. So let me run it. Yep, it's started. Okay, I think 8080 port is already mapped. Let me run 8090. Yep, Docker PS to check whatever containers are running. You can see here this container is up and running. Okay, and uh, to check this container, what we have to do, we have to go in our browser. I'm in browser 8090. We have to run mm, localhost terminal. It should be run 8090 to 80. Okay, Docker logs. So with the help of docker log command, we can check the log of this. You can see here this port is already in use. That is why we got this error. Okay, with the help of log command, we are seeing the logs. And what I did, I started the Docker container with the help of some other port. Okay, 8081, and here you can see, and this is started working, and again I stop it, and I run the Docker container again. You can see here, let me show you Docker ps, you can see here our Docker NGINX Docker container is running, and that is running on 8081, and that port is mapped to 8080 port. Okay, so let me run the curl command. Okay, so you can see here we are getting some output, and parallelly we can see the docker log command. Okay, docker ps and docker logs followed by the container id. You can see here, yeah, these are the logs that we are getting. Okay, yeah, so this is the nginx nginx, the web server that we run. Let's stop the docker container. So for stopping the docker container, what we have to do, we have to run the docker stop and followed by the container id. You can see here it's got stopped, nothing is showing. Okay, and I think we we just served a website using the docker command. Okay, this is the default page that is coming. Nginx default page is coming. We will see how you will host our application in Apache server or Nginx server, and that we will run in our uh, Docker container. Okay, so all right, and we have now covered the essential Docker CLI command, how to pull the Docker images, run the containers, and even inspect and debug them. So uh, here uh, we 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 are done with this episode. If this episode helped you, please like, subscribe, and share with your friends. Don't forget to hit the bell icon. So if you don't miss the episode 5, where we will please don't miss the episode 5, where we will write our first Docker file and build a custom Docker image from the scratch. So this is DevOps Codex. Thank you guys. Thank you for watching. Have a good day. Bye bye.